Hi, welcome to another Wikity video. It's been a while since we uploaded our last video. In this video, we are going to take a look about Apple and how it changed after Steve Jobs. As per the world, Apple is not innovating anymore. While other phones are innovating with new gimmicks and features to attract boatload of customers, Apple is seen to be lacking in this space. If simply put, it can be said that Apple under Steve Jobs is not the same as Apple under Tim Cook. Whether you like it or hate it, Steve has the vision for Apple that no one else had, and this resulted in tremendous success for Apple. But what happened to Apple after Steve? Does it stop innovating and living just by its brand name? Let's look into the matter about how Apple changed after Steve Jobs. To understand the situation, let's go back to the date June 28, 2007. Till this date, everyone was discussing about how good the QWERTY keypad is and how their phones can play sick Java games. No one in the tech industry never expected about what the tomorrow's day going to be and how it was going to change the entire world. And then, like any other company, Apple kept its keynote and launched tons of product in that keynote. But there was one more thing that was coming that no one else expected.
Thank you for coming. We're going to make some history together today. An iPod. A phone. Are you getting it? And we are calling it iPhone. Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone.
After this day, it seemed like Apple never looked back. After each and every year, they kept on bringing new features to their product and others were just copying it and still lacking for the quality. When the first iPhone released, Steve Jobs said iPhone was 10 years ahead of its competition. As you see, it took 10 years for the competition to catch up to the level of efficiency Apple has in its OS and hardware. But we are here now. Apple recently celebrated its 10-year anniversary and it has a lot more competition than it might have expected. In 2011, Steve Jobs passed. It was marked as the Black Day in Apple's calendar, but to see what Apple has done after Steve might interest you. iPhone 5 was the first iPhone launched after Steve passed. As the iPhone had made some design change, faster processors, the tech media and people bashed Apple for not being innovative and started to claim that it has lost its magic after Steve.
Was Tim Cook less charismatic and entertaining and brilliant on stage than Steve Jobs? Yes. Does that mean there's less magic? Maybe. I'm not sure.
After a while, Apple released Touch ID, the simple idea for just implementing your fingerprint as a password. This again set out a huge waves in the smartphone industry. Each and every smartphone started to have this feature. It was like a necessary feature a phone should have, and that's one of the other examples about how Apple kept disrupting the industry after Steve. We will just take a look how it has gone downhill year on after. The features that others kept copying from Apple were 2-size variant from 6, 3D touch from 6s and dual cameras from 7 Plus. But as compared to the features Apple used to bring earlier, these didn't brought too much disruption in the tech industry. If you take a look of the design, the iPhone 8 and compare it to the 6, it just looked the same. Even the co-founder of Apple gave its opinion over these designs.
And I'm happy with my iPhone 8, which is the same as an iPhone 7, which is the same as the iPhone 6 base, to me. Oh, I don't think any of my upgrades over time have been that big a jump, maybe. I mean, the iPhone 5 was beautiful, but it was the same life I had with the iPhone 4S.
If you see the smartphone market right now, other competitions are way ahead of Apple. Many features Apple is introducing today has already been in Android for years. The features like wireless charging, touch keys, bezel-less displays was there before Apple announced it. These were not the cases with Apple's earlier phones. I purposely not included facial recognition in this because I liked what Apple did with it, as there is a difference between 3D and 2D facial scanning. Even though it had some innovations, Apple is not as much disruptive in the tech industry as it used to be right now. So as of right now, is Apple lacking in innovations? Well, my answer to that question will be yes. Right now, Apple is just using their brand image and value to sell their products. The main focus of the company is seemed to be only on iPhones and how to make it faster and better. They are not going in any other directions. But as of my friends say, Apple is not like any other company which will let the boat sink in the ocean which they created. And I am optimistic about that opinion too. We might expect some really good innovations from Apple in the near future, and who said it will only be in phones? We might see new AR technologies or even an Apple car. Apple has the power right now to disrupt any industry it touches. So here are some fun facts about Apple. First, Apple has around $150 billion in excess capital. It could buy companies like Netflix, Twitter, Tesla, and Facebook. Apple is now the richest company in the world with a net worth of $900 billion. Apple was so successful in the first quarter of 2014, it made more money than Amazon, Google, and Facebook combined. Apple is so successful, it has twice the amount of money than the US Treasury. Even though the size of the Apple is so big, history is evident proof if you will fail to meet the expectations of the trend, you will lose your chair. It is like someone might have warned us about it.
And the companies forget what it means to make great products. Sort of the product sensibility and the product genius that brought them to that monopolistic position gets rotted out by people running these companies who have no conception of a good product versus a bad product. They have no conception of the craftsmanship that's required to take a good idea and turn it into a good product. And they really have no feeling in their hearts, usually, about wanting to really help the customers.
So that's it, guys. This was my deep, extensive look on how Apple changed after Steve and where it's standing right now. From here on now, it will be interesting to see what this company is going to do. Will it be back with some exponential features, or will it continue with the flow? Let me know your thoughts about Apple and its condition right now in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you want more videos like this, subscribe this channel. That's it, guys. Take care. Have a nice day and goodbye.